Custos of the Holy Land praises Mary as model of peace. On the solemnity of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Custos of the Holy Land, Father Francesco Patton, leads Mass at the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem, and urges the congregation to ask for the gift of peace in the Middle East. Father Francesco Patton, the Custos of the Holy Land, celebrated Mass this morning, August 15th, the Solemnity of the Assumption, in the Basilica of the Agony on the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem, and his homily reflected the dramatic circumstances his land has been enduring for the past 10 months. His prayer addressed to Blessed Mother on her solemnity was one for peace and for a humanity finally reconciled. Father Patton recalled the passage from Revelation that the Church re-proposes every year on this occasion, namely the vision in heaven of the woman who in the desert, is about to give birth to her child, which is contrasted by a dragon, endowed with a violent and terrible but still limited destructive force, ready to devour the newborn. The Custos acknowledged that there are many interpretations, as he recognized that the woman is the image of the Church, but also of the Virgin Mary. While in the figure of the dragon, he continued, we see evil in all its personifications and with all the names by which it has been called. The struggle described by St. John in the biblical account between the woman and the dragon, he said, is nothing other than the description of the continuous attempt that the evil one makes to sabotage the birth of that new world willed by God, the birth of a humanity no longer enslaved by violence, war, the market, cultural colonization, the commodification of people. Mary as a prophecy of our ultimate destiny, and Mary assumed into heaven in both soul and body, the Custos of the Holy Land continued, we also catch a glimpse into our ultimate destiny, which is not to be dragged down and overwhelmed by conflicts, but, instead, he marveled, to be lifted up toward God and toward the New Jerusalem where there is room for all peoples, languages, and cultures. Our ultimate destiny is to be lifted up toward God. In this sense, Father Patton argued, Mary is a prophecy, as she had been throughout her life, including when she lived solely according to the Father's will, when she trusted God at the angel's announcement, and when she stood at the foot of the cross without being overwhelmed by the scandal of gratuitous evil, innocent suffering, or unjust death. May earth no longer be object of contention and war. Mary, singing the Magnificat, the Franciscan priest observed, was also a prophecy for our history. This was evident, he noted, when she asked that the proud be scattered in the thoughts of their hearts, that the mighty be overthrown from their thrones, and the lowly be exalted at last. With this in mind, Father Patton said, we are to ask today for the gift of peace for that prophecy to be fulfilled, that is to say,